Hi everyone, John here. Putting together a little audio here for the Mom and Me camp out at Pico Blanco. Let's talk about travel. I have a couple things I want to talk about, but actually travel is the main one because most folks haven't been to Pico Blanco. And just want to put some things out there. My first experience going to Pico Blanco was last year at Dads and Lads, and for the most part, I pulled the directions off of Google Maps, got some insight from a couple people that had been there, and I made my way safe and sound. But there's like three segments. There's like three things that you kind of have to look forward to here, and I'll explain them now. Essentially, you're looking at about a 2-hour drive. With it being Friday, I think you're going down on Friday. You're going to probably have some traffic at some point down in Carmel. As you get past Monterey into Carmel, everything seems to bottleneck there a little bit, goes a little slower than what you think. But I would look for 2 hours there. Never know, maybe get lucky. Travel and some tips and tricks. Travel is simple. You're driving all the way down Highway 1, past Carmel, down through that beautiful scenic route on the ocean coast. And essentially, you're just driving until you get to a road called Palo, Colorado. Now, Palo, Colorado, I actually missed it. The first time that I drove down, I actually drove past it, had to turn around and go back. What you're looking for is a restaurant called Rocky Point. It's going to be one of the last things to the right. You're going to see the Rocky Point restaurant sign. And once you pass that, you're going to see Palo, Colorado Road to your left. But before we get into that, let me make a quick note. You want to jot this down. When you get into Carmel, that is essentially your last real opportunity to get any of the shopping you'd like to get done. That's where they have the Safeway, they have gas station. Gas isn't going to be much of an issue if you've filled up in Santa Cruz. I only used a half tank just last weekend driving my boy down, picking up my boy and bringing him back from Pico Blanco just last weekend. But that is going to be your last opportunity. Pull in there, you want to get some snacks. Even if you got the meal deals, you want to get some snacks, you want to get some extra drinks, things like that. Ice cream will not hold. I already tried that, although it held enough where we had a nice little birthday party for one of our Cub Scouts. But for the most part, you just want to get any last little things right there at the little Carmel shopping deal. And then you're off into Pico Blanco. Going to drive all the way south. You're going to see the Rocky Point restaurant. You know the Palo, Colorado Road is the next left, and you're going to turn left on Palo, Colorado. Now, when you turn into Palo, Colorado, a lot of trees, and you're going to notice it's a essentially one-way road, maybe a little bit bigger, but it is essentially like a one-way road for the most part. Houses, and it's just a beautiful drive. It's very little windy. You won't be able to go too fast, but essentially you're going to take this road all the way until you get to this little park. When I took this road, when I went the first time, I had to ask somebody if I was on the right road, because I was literally driving and just did not believe that this was taking me to Pico Blanco. But sure enough, it was. You're going to go on this windy road. Again, beautiful paved road. You're going to have a great time. You're going to come up to this park. Now, this park is at kind of the top of the hill. It's going to have a green fence. It's going to become very obvious that this is where the green fence is very obvious. This is where you're going to now ascend or descend into Pico Blanco. So this is where that dirt road portion of the traveling begins. Okay, so at this point, that park, by the way, again has a sign that says, "Hey, you know, Pico Blanco this way." You'll go through the green fence, and now you're descending down into Pico Blanco. Now, it too is a windy road, dirt windy road going down. Okay, has a couple sharp, corners. Nothing to be worried about, but you do want to be mindful of people coming up the road. Okay, so what I did and what I suggest is that you kind of drop the car down into your third gear, kind of let the engine help you out here. Slowly make your way down the hill, pumping your brakes. Okay, for those of you that haven't traveled on, dirt roads with a little loose gravel here or there, when you get into your turns, you want to make sure you're just lightly pressing the brakes, and you really don't want to be traveling much more than 15 miles an hour at this point. Okay, you're going to go all the way down. I think this is going to be a 20-minute drive as well, with some nice long stretches of going down. There'll be some turns, but you'll be all right. When you get to the bottom, there is a house. It's to the left. You're going to see a garage to the right. You're going to see a trailer. Keep on going. Okay, I thought that was the campsite. I thought that was where we checked in, but that's not the case. Drive past that. That's going to be very obvious to you when you see it. Drive past that, and about 2 stone throws up, you're going to see right ahead of you kind of a big bathroom area. That's where you're going to pull off to the right, and you're going to be able to go down into the camping area. Okay, there's a lot of camping areas in this area. What you want to do, drive down, stake your spot, and find a place. Okay, it'd be nice if all Pack 16 were able to kind of tent together, but there will be no one there to say, hey, this is where you're sleeping, or this is where you're tenting. Okay, you may see Boy Scout leaders there, men and women, but they're not directing anybody. So find your spots, park your car, find your spots, park next to your camp. You're going to park to the left, but camp on the right. Okay, we camped next to the bathroom, a little bit, about a stone throw away from the bathroom. And again, this will all become obvious to you, but just go ahead and find a nice spot. You folks have about 13 people going, so try to find a nice big spot. It's okay if you don't camp together, but it would be nice. And then once you're there, you'll become acclimated to the site. You'll see people walking to the main lodge, and you'll have your agenda laid out for you. But anyway, I just wanted to put this out, and I do hope you folks have fun. I know with the dads and lads we did some wonderful things. Remember, if you do the Pico Blanco hike, okay, it's called the Monterey Trek, Monterey Trekkers. It's a hike there. It's called Pico Blanco hike. Very long hike up a hill. But if you do that hike, your Cub Scout will get a patch. I highly suggest 2 bottles of water. And if you don't do it this time, maybe next time. But again, have a great time. Tomorrow, pack meeting. I won't go into detail like this, but if you have any questions, pull me to the side. If you want a carpool, everybody on the email list is there. Please carpool. I do wish you folks fun, best of luck, and hey, enjoy it. I can't wait for Dads and Lads next year. Thanks again, folks. Bye now.